So what happens when a really powerful AI tool just isn't powerful enough? Well, today we're going to dive into how this awesome community of developers is totally transforming Google's Notebook LM. They're building this whole world of unofficial tools that go way beyond its basic features to unlock what it can really do.
But first, let me ask you something. Do you ever feel like you're not quite getting everything you could out of your AI tools? Like, there's this frustrating gap between what the tool can do and what you really need it to do for your work.
All right, first, a super quick refresher on NotebookLM. It's this awesome AI research assistant from Google, and its superpower is that it's source-grounded. What that means is it only gives you insights based on the documents you upload. This is a total game changer, right? Because it helps you dodge all those weird AI hallucinations and get analysis you can actually trust. Okay, but here's the thing. As powerful as it is, a lot of us, students, writers, professional researchers, we pretty quickly hit a few walls, some really common and honestly very real frustrations. Okay, first up, just getting your stuff in there. It is such a manual grind. You've got all these web pages, YouTube videos, PDFs, and you have to feed them in one by one by one. It creates this huge bottleneck right at the very beginning of your process. And then there's the chaos. Once you start building up your projects, you're just left with this endless scrolling list of notebooks. No folders, no tags, no way to sort anything. It just turns into a total mess, and it happens really fast. And maybe the biggest frustration of all? After NotebookLM does its magic and creates these amazing summaries or flashcards, they're just stuck. They're trapped inside the app. There's no built-in way to export them, which is a massive roadblock if you want to use those insights anywhere else. And this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? The feeling that you're spending more time just copying and pasting and fixing the formatting than you are on the actual thinking and research. All you're wishing for is that one simple button to just make it all work.
So when you boil it all down, these core problems really fall into three buckets, right? The struggle of getting info in, the chaos of organizing it within the tool, and the frustration of getting your insights out. I mean, these are the absolute fundamentals of any research workflow.
Okay, but this is where the story takes a really cool turn. Because where users saw these gaps, this whole community of independent developers saw a huge opportunity to step in and build something incredible. What happened was this entire ecosystem of browser extensions just exploded around NotebookLM. And we're not talking about small niche tools here. Some of these, like the NotebookLM web importer, are being used by, get this, over 200,000 people. That's not just a community, that's practically a movement. And that really shows you something important. These aren't just little fixes or patches. They're genuine power-ups. They let you take NotebookLM and completely transform it to fit your specific workflow, not the other way around. All right, let's get into the good stuff. Let's look at these power-ups in action and see exactly how they can totally change your workflow and honestly make you so much more productive. And what's so cool is how perfectly these community solutions map to those problems we talked about. For getting info in, you've got extensions that let you bulk import all your open tabs or even whole YouTube playlists. For organizing within, there are tools that add those folders and tags we were all desperate for. And for getting insights out, something like OnKeyNLM lets you export your flashcards straight into a study app like Anki. Problem meets solution. Think about what this means for a student. It's a total game changer. You can use an amazing free tool like Zotero to be your digital library, right? Collect all your papers, your PDFs, your sources. Then you bring them into NotebookLM to do the heavy lifting, the summarizing, the connecting of ideas. You're creating this perfectly smooth pipeline from just collecting information to actually understanding it.
Or how about for writers? Anyone who uses a knowledge management app like Obsidian? Well, there's an extension that takes that copy-paste nightmare we talked about and turns it into like a 4-click process. Seriously, you generate your insights in NotebookLM, you click a button, you download a clean file, and you drop it straight into your Obsidian vault. Done. It's just that simple.
And this story from a med student just says everything. They found that NotebookLM was hands down the best tool for making flashcards from their dense textbooks. But that missing export option was a total deal breaker. It wasn't until they found this one simple extension, OnKeyNLM, that the final piece of the puzzle clicked into place. It bridged that gap and made NotebookLM an absolutely essential part of their study routine. So where does all this lead? Let's talk about the big takeaway here. The big idea is this. You don't have to just settle for the generic one-size-fits-all version of a tool anymore. You don't have to just take what they give you out of the box.
Instead, you get to be the architect of your own system. You can pick and choose and assemble this personalized set of power-ups to build a productivity powerhouse that is tailor-made to work exactly the way your brain works.
And that kind of leaves us with one last big question to think about, doesn't it? As all these amazing AI tools keep getting better, maybe their real power, the thing that makes them last, won't come from the giant companies that build them, but from the passion and the creativity of the communities that spring up around them.